We're doing mom cars now? Today, we're talking about America's SUV epidemic. Because let's face it, everybody and their mom owns one of these. This is actually a serious problem. The first thing I'm going to mention is the fact that these things are getting huge. Like a new Chevy Traverse is approaching the size of an older Suburban. Now, yes, SUVs are kind of the Swiss Army knife of vehicles. You can sit a couple people comfortably, you can move a hell of a lot of groceries, but the problem is they're buying entirely way too much car, and they're never going to use it. Like, you don't need a 3-row SUV if you have 2 small kids. Like, back in the day, the wife always used to have the small Econo box to carry the kids around in. And the husband would have a decent pickup truck. And if you need an SUV, it was more of a utilitarian focus. Like the little CR-V was made to be affordable and made to get good fuel economy, along with all-wheel drive, but it was a stripped-down car. And if you had a Suburban or a Tahoe, you were probably towing a camper or a trailer around. Take a look at this photo from the early 80s. Pretty much everything here is a decent-sized sedan, with a couple of Econo boxes and trucks mixed in there. And then look at this photo taken recently. Probably about half is SUVs, and then 25% is cars, and the rest is all trucks. I only see 2 economy cars in this entire picture, a Pontiac Vibe and a Mazda 3. And I'm betting everyone here only uses their vehicle to go back and forth to work. But what about small SUVs? Now, my girlfriend owns a Rogue Sport. Now this thing gets 28 miles per gallon city, about 35 on the highway. It seats 4 somewhat comfortably, and it has enough room for me in the trunk, kinda. And then let's compare that to my Forte. Now this thing gets 35 city, almost 50 on the highway. Interior space is about the same, but trunk space is way better. But I would say rear space would be better if you had the Forte 5. And then there's these big SUVs that get the same fuel economy, if not worse, than my carbureted Camaro. Now hear me out, would you rather spend $51,000 on a new Kia Telluride, or buy a $1,500 Saturn along with a $3,000 pickup truck, and then have enough gas to go 225,456 miles daily driving the pickup truck? The modern day SUV is just us wanting more and more and more. We're sacrificing fuel economy and the environment for us to potentially be able to do more things. And guess what? There's a good chance you'll never use the full potential of your SUV. So go out and buy a small car because you know you're not going to need anything more than that. Because the American SUV is the vehicular personification of American greed. Anyways, that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. Like if you acknowledge that SUVs are wasteful, and comment your thoughts if you have any. And subscribe if you want to see some semi-comedic bullshit in the future. Last but not least, if you think you need an SUV, you don't. You're dumb.